What is going on? And welcome back. This is InstaGATOR number 9. Now, for those of you just joining us, InstaGATOR is kind of like a little side series that I started to talk about some thought-provoking things, right? We want to instigate some change in your lives. And I'm really excited about today. I actually had this conversation maybe a month or so ago, and I was talking to somebody about closed doors and what my thoughts about closed doors were. And he was like, man, you need to make something about that because so many people struggle with it. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode of InstaGATOR. We're going to talk about closed doors, right? And I think what we've all kind of realized and heard before in the past is, what you think may be a setback is actually a set up for something greater. Now, we hear these things and it's kind of like in one ear and out the other. But I'm going to be honest with you, when you really peel the onion back, whether or not it's missed opportunities, people doing you wrong, relationships that fall apart, the timing being off, any closed doors that you face, you have to feel internally that it happened for a reason, right? I'm going to tell you, like, some of life's best moves are closed doors. Now, I'm going to say that again. Some of life's best moves are closed doors. Now, let's be honest, like, they scare us at first, but in the end, we see it was only for our benefit. There are tons of stories out there like this, right? I'll tell you mine. If we go back in time a little bit to about, 5 or 6 years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, I was a Master Sergeant in the United States Air Force, right? And I was up for promotion to Senior Master Sergeant. Very competitive promotion system, right? And I tested and was eligible for promotion and was passed over, not once, not twice, but it took me three times to get promoted. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I was going through it at that very moment, I felt like a failure. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like maybe it was time for me to start planning my retirement. Like, I had this huge flood of emotions every single year when I was passed over. You couldn't tell me anything different at that time. Those were closed doors for me. However, if I would have been promoted during those first 2 times, I would have never had the opportunity to become the Airman Leadership School Commandant. And in being the Airman Leadership School Commandant, I found my fulfillment, my passion, and what I truly believe is my calling in life: investing in others, right? Trying to help others become the best versions of themselves that they could be. None of that would have happened. Lo and behold, you look back at it, not only was I able, honored, and humbled to become the commandant, I also made senior and chief in that position. Something that I honestly don't know would have happened had I remained in my current unit. So that closed door for me led me to my calling, right? I will, like, thinking back at it, man, I get kind of emotional, right? Because I will forever be grateful for that closed door. Closed doors that you may face, right? There's closed doors that everybody at some point in time in their lives have faced, right? I jotted some of them down, right? Breakups and hurt, failure, loneliness, betrayal, being broke, sadness, backstabbing, and sometimes death, right? These are all closed doors that we can relate to. Some of you out here right now listening are thinking back and reflecting on some of the closed doors that you came across in your life. But you have to remember, these closed doors are there to teach you a lesson. These closed doors are there to steer your path to something better, or to growth, or to development. Maybe if I would have been promoted when I wanted to be, I would have never became the man I am now. I don't know. But that door was closed for so many years for a reason. That door was closed so I could develop into the leader I needed to be. So I could develop into the husband I needed to be, to the father I needed to be, to the man that I needed to be. So you got to understand this, man. When you face closed doors, they're trying to teach you something. They're trying to allow you to go through a period of growth, right? You have to experience hurt to value love. You have to experience failure to appreciate success. You have to experience loneliness to truly treasure friendship. You have to experience betrayal to understand what trust really means. You got to experience being broke to respect money. You have to experience sadness to start seeking a life of happiness. You have to experience backstabbing to comprehend what loyalty really means. And sometimes we have to experience death to cherish the lives that we have. You have to experience these things. These closed doors are there for your growth, for your development, for your betterment. You have to understand this. You have to internalize this. Right? These closed doors are there to teach you something. You know, when I think about the lessons learned from closed doors, I think about how closed doors teach you how to let go. Closed doors teach you when enough is enough. You can sit there and you can continue knocking at that door, but if it's not going to open, all you're going to end up with is a hurt hand. Closed doors teach you humility. Closed doors teach you that maybe it's closed for a reason. Closed doors can teach you how to step out of your comfort zone. That door may be closed and you may start walking to a place where you have to grow to be able to open the next door. Closed doors teach you sometimes that you deserve better. And closed doors teach you to keep moving forward. Keep moving onto that next door. So the question to ask isn't, why is the door closed? The question to ask is, where do I go from here? It amazes me that people think that they're strong because they can hold on. But I'm going to tell you, man, sometimes true strength is in letting go. True strength is in moving forward. You can spend your whole life looking back at closed doors, but you can't go back. Some just aren't going to open. It reminds me of like the metaphor, when we read a novel, you start at the beginning and you turn the pages forward. You don't start at the end and turn the pages backwards. It wouldn't make any sense. Well, the same can be said by looking back at closed doors. It's like turning the pages of the novel backwards. It confuses the story of your life. Look, I get it, right? If you're like me, man, we love open doors. We love opportunities. We cherish them. But some of the greatest miracles in my life, and if you think about it, I bet yours, have been closed doors. It's time to start being thankful for both. So the next time you come across a closed door, ask yourself, what lesson is this trying to teach me? Who do I need to become in order to move forward and open the next one? It could very well be your blessing in disguise. As always, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Go ahead and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you like things like InstaGATOR and thought-provoking stuff, man, leave me a message, right? Let me know what you want to talk about. But I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you spending time with me today. And until next time, InstaGATOR out.